My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine and the most caring doctor in medicine. After more than 30 years in medicine at high level, Dr. B wants to tell you to never forget that Dr. B genuinely loves you and Dr. B genuinely cares about you. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. Today, Dr. B wants to tell you about why it is extremely important as you get older to not only check the quality of your food, but the bulk of your food, the bulk. Why is it that as you get older, the bulk of your food matters as much as its quality? It is very important to understand that they talk to you all the time about improving the quality of your food, right? To stop eating junk food, to stop eating sugary foods, to decrease the amount of saturated fat, to decrease the amount of carbohydrate fats, but they never tell you about decreasing the bulk of your food. Think about this. My own sister, who lives in Oakland, California. Right now, Dr. B lives and practices in the beautiful city of Mountain View, California. About an hour northeast from Mountain View, California, we have this super expensive and beautiful city of Oakland, California. My sister lives there. A few months ago, actually a little bit more, about half a year ago, she started to have experiencing bloating, right? Bloating, difficulty digesting food, difficulty pooping, right? Constipation, blah, blah, blah. So she asked me about what she should do about it. So I take her to our beautiful clinic and I do an ultrasound. Dr. B is an expert in medical imaging, right? I have 14 licenses in medical imaging at high level in the United States of America. I take my sister to our beautiful cardiovascular clinic and I use the ultrasound probe to check her tummy because she complains about being bloated. She complains about constipation, right? And this can be the initial signs of very serious diseases like ovarian cancer, like bladder cancer, liver cancer, right? So it is very important whenever a woman or a man complains about a recent bloating and abdominal distension with gas and gaining weight too fast, right? And being constipated, to at least have an ultrasound. So make sure you ask your doctor to do that. But I didn't need to send my sister to any doctor. I took her to our own beautiful clinic and I did an ultrasound of her abdomen and everything came back normal. Her liver, her kidneys, her bladder, her uterus, her ovaries, right? No fluid in her abdominal cavity, right? Except that her intestines were full of poop and full of gas. I mean, it's crazy. So what happens here? What is happening here? It's very simple and easy. As she got older, right? As she got older, she like in her mid-40s, she thought that her intestine are still able to digest all the food that she eats per day, even though she's trying to eat healthy because she has diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, blah, blah, blah. So she's on diet, right? Exercising, dieting, eating healthy, right? I look at her diet and everything she eats per day. It is healthy food. The problem is that there's just too much bulk in her food. When you sit down for your lunch and you start with a big salad like this, and then you bring the salmon and the salmon with a ton of vegetables, healthy vegetables she eat, right? Healthy salmon, right? A healthy freaking vegetable, salmon, healthy salad, big salad like that, right? And then after that, you eat fruits and vegetables as your dessert, right? At the end of your lunch or your dinner, I explained to her that she just ate a huge freaking bag like this of healthy food, right? Stuffing her stomach and her intestine, which is 45 years old, right? With this much healthy food. The problem I explained to her, and you need to pay attention to this, is that as you get older, your intestine, your gut also gets older. So your stomach, your pancreas, your small intestine, your colon have trouble digesting, then absorbing, then pushing all this huge bulk of food, making it poop so that you can poop the next day. So she's constantly constipated. Her tummy is big, right? Her tummy is big, full of air, right? Obviously. So I told her just 2 weeks ago to decrease the amount of bulk that she eats. Means to stop eating this freaking salad at the beginning of every one of her meals. Salad is extremely healthy. The problem is that it's too much bulk. So your intestine, you cannot digest that anymore. You cannot make it poop anymore and push it. So her freaking colon is full of poop from 2 days or 3 days ago, right? And of course, the bacteria in her intestine receiving all this food that hasn't been able to be digested, they see all this food, they transform it, they metabolize it, and they produce freaking gas. So she becomes bloated, she's constipated, just because she doesn't understand that as you age, the same way your eyes age, your joints age, everything ages, your intestine also ages. You need to spare your intestine by not only eating healthy food, but eating a little bit of healthy food. Dr. B, I am on the keto diet. Every freaking food that I eat is super healthy, absolutely unprocessed. But when I sit down and I eat my keto diet food, I eat a little bit of it, right? And obviously I have gotten rid of all these vegetables that are high in sugar, all these freaking fruits that are high in sugar, not only high in sugar, but high in bulk, too much bulk, that my old intestine, 50 years old, I'm 50 years young, but my intestine, my gut is 50 years old. My pancreas, my stomach can no longer digest and produce enzymes like when I was 20 years young, right? But now, thanks to my keto diet, super healthy, and the low bulk of food that I eat per day, my tummy is super flat, like a board. I have absolutely no gas. And when I poop, it's a tiny bit of poop like this. I poop regular like a clock, 2 times per day, 1 time in the morning before I take my shower, and 1 time after I come back from the gym, and before I take my shower, and then I go to bed, blah, 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 and then I have my dinner, protein juice, blah, blah, blah. Super regular, and each time I poop is a tiny bit like that, like a goat. Right? Because I don't eat no bulky food, regardless of how healthy it is. Remember again, salad, fruits, vegetables, very healthy, full of vitamins, antioxidants, minerals. And I used to eat those all the time when I was younger. But by the age of early 40s, about 10 years ago, I woke up, I started to go on the keto diet, not only the keto diet, but also decreasing the amount of bulk. No longer do I sit down, eat any salad or any big vegetables and fruits and all this stuff that are full of bulk and sugar. The only fruit that I love to eat is, of course, strawberry, blueberries, raspberries, blah, 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 and avocados. Because I'm on the keto diet. So I cannot eat these fruits that are like bananas, apples, oranges, mangoes, and blah, 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 right? When you're young, go ahead, be my guest. Eat anything you want. Be my guest. I apologize, it's getting late. Eat anything that you want to eat. But as you get older, go on a diet, whether it's the keto diet or the carnivore diet or the MASH diet or the Mediterranean diet, right? Choose any of these 4 diets to lose weight and to maintain your weight at a healthy level. But in addition, decrease the bulk of food so that you can help your intestine and no longer be constipated, no longer have gas and feel bloated and everything like that, right? And believe it or not, each time I see patients in our beautiful clinic, I tell them the same thing. I see the guy nice and lean, but he has the belly of a 6-month pregnant woman. Or I see the woman nice and lean, but she got the belly of a 6-month pregnant woman. Not because of fat, because they are lean people, but because they have bloated abdomen. And each time I ask them, ma'am, sir, what do you eat? They say, oh, I eat healthy vegetables, fruits, and blah, blah. Well, no wonder why you are nice and lean, but at the same time, you have a belly that is not flat like Dr. B. Your belly is like a 6 or 7 month pregnant woman because you have so much poop and so much gas in your belly because your intestine, which is 60, 55, 70, 75, 80 years old, can no longer handle such amount of bulk in your food. So remember, as you age, do a service to your gut, to yourself, to your health, right? By decreasing the amount of bulk that you eat in your food at the same time that you eat healthy food. You need to eat healthy food, right? Full of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, low sugar, low saturated fat, a lot of dietary fibers, right? To decrease your risk of colon cancer, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, you need to become regular, eliminate all this bloated abdomen that you have, make it nice, beautiful, and flat like Dr. B by decreasing the bulk of food that you eat. I love you guys regardless of your gender, ethnicity, color of your skin, sexual orientation, religion, blah, blah, blah. Dr. B loves you. I love you. I took the Hippocratic oath to never put my interest above yours. You will be always above me, and I will always bring you the scientific evidence. This is why I took the Hippocratic oath more than 30 years ago when I graduated from medical school. I love you guys. Kapkun mak mak, sawadi krap, kapkun na krap. Put your comments, your question, criticisms. Thank you for your viewership, your comments, your encouragement, and everything. It is extremely precious to me. Kapkun mak mak. And I hope to talk to you next time. Bye-bye.